Welcome back to Ghoster Coasters, everybody, and today we're going to discuss the latest with what Adina was doing in the Infield, some of the rumors going on surrounding Top Thrill 2, and of course discuss the obvious with all of you. What the heck is going on? If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join the spooky community today, and go check out the Top Thrill 2 documentary on our channel called Race for the Sky. A massive shout out goes out to all of our coaster ghosting producers and members of the channel for helping bring all of this content together. You guys are the best coaster ghosting community out there. So what was happening in the Infield the other night with Top Thrill 2?
Now, remember everybody, Cedar Point is the only official channel and outlet for any and all Top Thrill 2 news and updates. Nobody else out there knows anything, so do not listen to us, them, seriously. They do not know anything and we do not either. Adina was spotted entering the infield, and of course, a few hours later, more work came too. And they were under the switch track doing some work there, so let's get into that.
A lot of people have stated that the track section between the old track and the new track is experiencing issues with all of the forces coming back through from the spike. And again, not engineers. We know nothing. Take all of it with a grain of salt. We're just having a discourse here. If that's the case, we'd have to guess that's a miscalculation on the early test side there, being that expected loads versus stress on the track could be much different than what they thought, and with the higher center of gravity, who really knows?
And how is the spiral drop handling the higher center of gravity too is a question we have had among other people out there as well. And with all the seats being moved around on the train, it's easy to wonder what the heck is actually going on with the entirety of this. But with Adina there, they were working on the switch track, so the stress on the new to the old track rumors, we don't really know for sure, but Adina was right in that area working, so that's all we can really tell. Let's nip a few things here. A couple of people out there have said the Intamin trains have been moved from the amazement shop, and that's just simply not true. Pictured yesterday morning, taken apart with no moving equipment nearby. The whole rumor that the Intamin trains have made their way to the Infield shop seems to be fabricated, Intamin fan, made up, Six Flags, Looney Tune, hopeful stuff. And very clearly, they are sitting there untouched. One time, we'll say, just go debate a wall. Those trains are responsible for an accident that closed a ride. But again, we're not engineers, so who knows why a company would potentially look at these things. We just know that they haven't moved, and we don't think the likelihood they are moved for anything related to Top Thrill 2. We just think that's slim to none. It seems like a pipe dream wishful thinking for now. But never say never, folks. The one thing that seems to be nagging at everybody at this point, guests, the park, Zamperla, pass holders alike, the downtime is getting a bit lengthy, and we're all wondering, what the heck actually went wrong here?
On May 12th, we got the confirmation the ride was down. Then June 4th, we got an update. That was 23 days between then, and we got an appearance from Tony Clark on a radio show as well, stating that Top Thrill 2 was not a whole summer closure. Fans of the park got excited and thought the obvious. Cedar Point and Zamperla were getting closer to a solution, right? Right? Hello? 25 days later, and not a word, not a hint, nothing that indicates this ride is closer to opening than it was on June 4th when we got an update stating Zamperla was still making modifications to the trains. July 4th seems to be all but out of the picture by now, but I would assume the park is pushing heavy for this date if any way possible. I guess we'll find out as guests come to celebrate the 4th of July at America's Rock and Roller Coast. With or without Top Thrill 2, the peninsula will be jamming with fireworks and they will all be flying.
48 days since Top Thrill 2 went down as of June 29th, and one real update along the way. I think it's fair to ask what is going on here if we get past the July 4th date and really through the end of July in total. These rides are magnificent works of art, engineering feats, and incredibly difficult machines that are complicated to get right. The question here to not go with a more experienced manufacturer when the coaster itself was a problematic coaster before is fair game to ask.
And we're all for being positive and upbeat here, guys. We have been the entire time. Sometimes you just have to ask questions, and today we're asking it.
How did this even get to where it is? You could follow the trail of park goers asking questions the whole time, which hindsight will always be 2020. It's just so much evidence that many people thought this was an odd idea at the time, with no real-world testing data beforehand either. Thunderbolt at PNE Playland didn't even open and get the test results on the trains to go off of, and it still isn't open yet. They just said, hey Zamperla, put these new prototype trains on an old prototype ride that was problematic beforehand, and let's see how this thing goes. And being in Zamperla's shoes, I definitely would have taken this chance 1000%. I understand this 100%, guys. Don't go bashing Zamperla. If you were in the corner too, and you got this opportunity with Cedar Point to make your first huge jump and go Stratocoaster, it's not like you're not doing it either. So this isn't like a jump on Zamperla train or anything. It's just like, you can ask the question, like, what was the thought process here? That's all we're saying. We just hope for Zamperla's sake that this works out in the end, because as of now, it is starting to look less like a minor issue with the trains and more like something underlying with them.
This is all conjecture at this point, but after 48 days, you have to start to wonder if the trains are having something going on with them we don't know about. And of course, we all just want to know an answer, or to know what the heck is wrong and get an expected timeline. Let us know how you guys are feeling down below. And are you expecting an announcement anytime soon? Before the 4th of July or after? We're hopeful it's an announcement to open the ride by 4th of July, right around the corner. But as with all things in the amusement industry, people, time will tell. Make sure to leave them comments down below and hit that like button on this video. We've appreciated all your guys' kind words and combos with the coverage of Top Thrill 2 over the course of a few weeks here, and a ton of your comments have really made our days and made us want to make better videos and do more. So thank you all for being such an awesome community of coaster ghosters out there.
A huge shout out goes out to all of our channel members as well, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join the spooky community of Ghoster Coasters today. The Lake Erie haunts await.
Seriously though, everyone, thanks for watching along with us, and as always, thanks for being a part of our spooky community,
and for coaster ghosting with Ghoster Coasters. Have a Six Flags day, everybody.
At America's Rockin' Ghoster Coasting Coast.